everybody, it's Monday, and what we gonna do? We're gonna take the day. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, guys. Thank you all for being here. It's MLK Day. A lot of us are on vacation. Some of us have to work, all that good jazz. But take a moment to just give appreciation for the day, for who Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I thought about coming to America. Dr. Martin Luther King, right in the middle of saying that. I had a moment.
Man, you ain't never met Martin Luther King. Knocked the wind out of me. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did. No, he did not.
But who he is to you and what he's meant to your life. He was for me, he was a prolific, just his mind is glorious as clergy. Like as clergy myself, watching him as clergy and his effect and how he used the gospel, the way that he used the gospel and the way that he interpreted the gospel and who he was as clergy is very powerful to me. And I learned something just from looking at his life all the time. It inspires me to really think outside the box in a great many ways, because he didn't just stay in the pulpit. You know, he used the gospel God used him in the gospel to affect change in so many ways. And how will God use you to affect change in other people's lives? I mean, I'm not trying to go deep already, but how will God use you to affect change in people's lives? So take a moment to think about that, about Dr. King and how God wants to use you in your life. So take that moment today. That's just a good moment. That was free. And that's what I'm doing on today and will do with my children as a part of our celebration of the holiday. All right. And then certainly we're going to give back into the community, but that's just one way that we'll do at home, because it's not what you do out, it's what you do in. That makes the most difference in your life. Okay, so that said, if this is your first time here to my channel, welcome. I hope that you find something here that you like. If you haven't been here before, poke around, all that good jazz. For my returning people, hey family, y'all make sure y'all like, subscribing, and sharing to these videos. Get the word out. Like, share, subscribe, honey. Like, share, and subscribe. And I rarely say that, but go ahead and do that. And also, if you feel especially blessed by something that I say, my cash app is below. Feel free. Hit it up. No offering is too small. I certainly take offerings, honey. Again, I'm clergy. We take offerings, right? Yes, we do. Cha-ching. All right, so that said, today we're gonna dip into the why a little bit. So periodically, guys, and let me say this before I get going. I would not be playing music today. My husband was kind enough to say, I don't like the music in the background of the videos. It just takes away from the message and it's distracting. And last week it was too loud. So since, he has something to say about it, and y'all didn't say anything about it, because normally he was the only one. Because normally you guys let me know if y'all don't like something pretty quickly. So you all didn't say anything about the music. So I thought it was a great addition. But he finally was like, I don't like it, stop doing it. So, let me know, chime in, put a comment below, text me. I'm text friendly. Reach out, let me know. I'll add it back if I hear something differently. But for this week, it'll just be me. No background music. Although I happen to like the sound. But jumping into our discussion today, periodically I like to bring us back to home. I like to bring us back to why I have this conversation and why I share with you all the things that I'm learning in my life, because I have to do that for myself. I have to bring me back to mission. I have to bring me back to my purpose, back to what am I doing. Periodically you have to do that in your life, and you do that because it keeps you on task. I can tell you all the time to do this and do that, but if you're watching the other videos and you're doing it, but you're doing it for the wrong reasons, then you're not going to get the results that you want. So I want to bring you back to purpose and mission and the why, because I'm a why behind the what girl, right? So we got to go back to why we have the conversation and why we're focusing on living a happier and healthier life. And the reason is because, y'all, we live on autopilot. I take today as my slogan. That's the slogan I made for the kids that I would yell out the car when I drop. So picture it.
Let me tell you a story. Picture it.
We're in front of this private school, right? So we're in front of school, And I dropped the kids off, and they was little babies. And they were little, and they would just get out the car, and they would be, they're babies. They would just kind of amble into the school, just happy to go. And one morning I just yelled, take the day. Don't let the day take you. And what I wanted them to understand as students was, don't just go to school and mindlessly get an education. No, get in class, get after it, learn what you're supposed to learn. Because if you don't, when you start learning higher education, or you're trying to build on your education, if you haven't learned what you were supposed to learn at this level, now you got to try to go back. Ooh, see, that's good already. Now you got to try to see, that was good for me. See, Angela had a moment. That was a personal moment. See, I said it was good already, but that was because it was good to me. I had a full shout just then, all on my own. If you haven't learned what you were supposed to learn at the initial level, at the elementary level, then when you get to the high school level, now you're trying to go back. Or when you get to the collegiate level, now you're trying to go back. Or when you're an adult, you're trying to go back. Or you're stumbling over something as an adult that you should have mastered at elementary level. I'm not great at math. Now, I can count my money, please believe. But I'm not great at math. And my husband laughs all the time, because if we're out, I'm like, well, this says this is this percent off. And what is that going to... See, you stumbling over something you should be striding through, that you should be running through, because you didn't master it at the elementary level. Master what you're supposed to, right? So I wanted my kids to go to school with purpose and intention around their education. And take the day just fell out my mouth. But as I said it, it became something for me that stuck with me. Take the day, Angela. Don't let the day take you. Why are you saying that to them? Are you taking your own day? Because if you don't run your day, somebody else will run it for you. Life will run it for you. I'm so tickled. This tickles me, y'all. This tickles me. My sister, she helps me a lot in the evenings. And she comes and she helps with homework and all that good stuff, because, the kids are close in age and their homework is demanding. So we divide and conquer. So she'll work with one day, I work with my other son the other day. So we're working, and almost at least twice a week, my mom will call. She'll start calling about 6 o'clock and say, can you stop by the store? I promise, I feel like my mama sit at home all day and come up with what she want my sister. Don't be mad with me, mama. Don't be mad. I love you, mama. Because she watched the channel. I don't want her mad with me. But she does. She call every evening and say, could you run by the drugstore? Could you run by the Kroger? Could you run by the Walmart? Could you go by Sprouts? I promise that happens 2 or 3 times a week. If you don't run your day, some senior citizen will be sitting at home and will run your day for you. So you have to take your day. If you're not purposeful in how you plan and execute in your day, the day will plan itself for you, and you won't have executed anything that helps you reach your goal of happiness, that helps you reach your purpose, your goals of purpose, for your purpose in your life. You won't be there. Then you're wondering why you're not happy, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not using your time wisely. This is point number 2, because that was point number 1. This is point number 2. Asking you a question here, are you using your time wisely? You are born and then you die, and in between there you have time. What are you doing with your time? Are you using your time in the most effective way? If you look back over the entire year, if you look back over 2019, that was time. You can add it down to the seconds, minutes, hours, and the days. When you look at your time, did you use 2019 wisely and moving ahead in your goals and dreams? I started a process with a friend of mine to finish up my website, and we started, and I looked the other day and said, now wait a minute, we've been tinkering with this thing for a long time and we hadn't finished with the website yet. I'm gonna need some of these irons to come out the fire and go to doing what they're supposed to do. We've been working too long. We're not using time wisely. Are you using time wisely to get you ahead in your purposes and your goals? Are you doing that wisely? And it's okay if you need to reevaluate. I'm going to insert that here. It's okay if you need to reevaluate the plan and the purposes of things and what your purpose is and what your goal is and what will make you happy, because things change. Things change, we grow and evolve, or we should be growing and evolving. You're constantly growing and evolving and learning about yourself. I had an interesting conversation with a friend who happened to be over. And I was explaining to her that I had an idea about the way that I would perform, that I like to perform. Oh, I like group work. I like cohesiveness. I like to work in groups, formats, and I love that. But I'm finding now I actually really I didn't think I would like solo work or operating from a solo perspective. And I absolutely love it. If you had told me I would like it, I would have said no. I would have said no, I like cohesiveness and I like group and team and child, love it, honey, child, listen. Love the solo work today, but it was something I learned about myself. You change, you grow. I might have liked, solely working in a group dynamic 10 years ago, but today, that's not how I feel today. We change, we grow. I have read countless marital books. I hadn't read one that talks about how the person you are when you get married is not the person you are 10, 11 years later. We just celebrated our 11th year anniversary over the weekend, and I laughed and asked my husband, well, I'm not the same woman you dated. Do you even like this current model? Because I'm not the same woman. I don't look like the woman you dated. I don't sound like the woman you dated. I'm a completely different woman. Do you even like this model? And if you don't, it's okay. Let's figure out where to go from here if you don't. Because I'm not the same woman and he's not the same man. Do I like the model that he is today and who he presents today? It is what it is. We grow, we evolve, we change. And it's okay to sit down and say, you know what? I thought when I started, I wanted to work in a team environment. Oh, I thought when I started, I would like this. But now that I'm here, I don't like this. Or maybe you liked it and you outgrew it and it's time to come up with a whole new plan. But you're on autopilot if you are not focused, if you're constantly wandering in your mind, if you out to lunch all the time, somebody got to pull you back because you constantly in your head daydreaming. You drive home, don't know how you got there. You went to the grocery store, you don't know. And speaking of the grocery store, it's so funny because that's a great example for autopilot, for being on autopilot. You go to the store, you grab the same things. Now I have a friend of mine who loves snack. He's a snack monster. And I hope he identifies himself in this video because he loves snacks. He's a snacker and he just loves it. He loves all kinds of snacks. One of my favorite things to do when I go over to his house, and I don't go often, but when I get over there, I love to look at his snack cabinet. You just open the snack cabinet or his pantry and the kinds of snacks that he has. It's stuff nobody else would ever even try. I promise. I'm like, where are you getting these snacks? I don't see this stuff in the grocery store. You saw this in the grocery store? Girl, you got to try these strawberry yogurt muffins. Who in the world buys these? How did you even see this? And oh my God, aren't they delicious? But I love to look in his snack cabinet because he has all the snacks, all kinds of snacks. I'm in the grocery store getting the same thing all the time. The milk, the eggs, the cheese. I don't even see that type of stuff. Like, I don't even see it. I don't even know what that stuff is in the grocery store. So once I see it on his shelf, then I go to the grocery store and start hunting down the snack he's giving me, right? Because I'm on autopilot. Grocery shopping is one of those things where you are thinking about something else. You're on the phone. You're managing the kids, and you're just trying to grab the stuff that your weekly groceries. And matter of fact, now I usually order my groceries and have them brought to the car. So I'm just ordering the same things over and over. Autopilot living. That's living on autopilot. You have to think about what you're doing. Are you taking the day? Is the day taking you? Am I using my time wisely? Am I wisely using the time that's been given me? I got 10 hours tomorrow. What am I going to do that's going to get me closer to what makes me happy? That's going to get me closer to my goal. Do I know what makes me happy at this point? I might not know what makes me happy. I know what makes me unhappy. What I know is that I'm numbing. And by numbing, I mean if you're drinking, if you're smoking, if you're doing all manner of things to numb from the reality of your life. If you checked out, if you're living for the next TV show, you're numbing. You're not enjoying being in your life. I want to bring you back to the purpose. So all the various conversations that we have on this channel are about how to realign and bring ourselves back to living with purpose, back to living and making choices that help us lead the life we want to live. And I had one more thing I wanted to say before I close. Haha, here it is. Don't mistake movement, being busy, for being on purpose. Don't mistake movement, busyness, spirit of busy, being busy for working towards your goal. We can be busy all day long and haven't done anything that gets you to your goal. But we was busy all day. I ran over here and did this for my mama. I ran over here and did this for my sister. I ran over here and did this for the kids. Then I came home and cooked dinner. And I'm tired, but you haven't done anything that helps you live the life you want to live. If you want to live a life where you can put on anything you want to put on, in your business, did you make time to go to the gym? Oh, Angela. They hit me dead in my chest. Did you make time to go to the gym today? Hey, you ain't got to go to the gym. It's enough workout equipment in my house. Did you find 30 minutes? Did you hit a juke since you like to dance? What did you do to help yourself be happier? And when it's time to go somewhere, you put on an outfit, you feel like, yes, darling, I look good. Did you do something for that today? What did you do to get you towards that goal? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? How did you use your time today to get to the goal? Did you take the day in the area of your fitness? That's the question I want to leave you with today. And let me look at it again because I want to make sure I read it to you correctly, the way I wrote it. Don't mistake movement for purpose. Don't mistake movement or busyness, being busy, for being intentional about the decisions and the choices that you make to live a happier, healthier life. All right, everybody, that's all I have for you today, guys. I want you to have a fantastic week on this week. Take the day. Don't let the day take you. Take the week. Don't let the week take you.
Taking the day, I am taking the day.